Happy Easter. I have a really awesome message for you today. I had to go through a lot of pain to get it though. I came down with a tooth infection, which really sucks. And I've gone through that before. And I treated it the same way that I did before. If you guys are interested in what that is, just let me know and I will answer that down below. But something interesting has been happening to me lately. I keep finding that coriander keeps trying to come into my life or into my body. And so I've been cooking with it lately. It's good. I've just never really done that before. And on top of that, in the midst of my whole tooth infection and trying to alleviate the pain, I was looking through my essential oils and I was searching for clove bud oil. Instead, I found a mixture. It was clove bud oil, coriander, and cedarwood, which turns out all are absolutely excellent for tooth pain relief. All are antiseptics, and so they're all good for your teeth. However, I was thinking about the coriander seed and what it means in the Bible. And the coriander seed is actually mentioned in conjunction with manna, which is what the people were given in the desert in Exodus. And it says that manna is like that, of a coriander seed. And pale yellow in color like resin. This might be a strange question, but have you ever seen what the pineal gland looks like? It looks a lot like that. It's so tiny. In your brain, it's your third eye. And I find that interesting too, because well, in the Bible, the people like to test Jesus. And they test Jesus by saying, our ancestors ate manna in the desert. God gave them bread to eat. And Jesus said, it was not Moses that gave you the bread from heaven. It is my Father who gives you the real bread from heaven. And he says, I am the bread of life. And those who come to me will never be hungry. And those who believe in me will never be thirsty. Christ, consciousness, is at the third eye. Like the pineal gland here looks like a coriander seed. And manna is compared to that of a coriander seed. And we are star seeds. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Christ consciousness, light, awareness. And this makes me think about photosynthesis, which is where plant cells convert light into energy. A lot of Jesus' teachings were done outside, on the earth, where his root is placed on the mother, and he takes in the light from above, like a battery, positive and negative, balance. Like when we pray, we have right brain, left brain, masculine, feminine, and we bring them together at the center in balance. And in that balance is the Christ consciousness. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And don't forget, you can't have a father and a son without a mother and a woman. It is where the masculine and the feminine meet. We've been living in a patriarchal system for too long. And I'm not saying to move into a matriarchal system, but studies do show that since women have been coming into power, there's a lot less negativity in the world. Let's go back to that center within us. Let's go back to restoring our energy from the Father, from the Mother, here at the center. Do you see how I did that? Like a big cross. And we meet here at the heart space, where all of it comes together. Remember, Jesus said, I am the bread of life. In the book of Genesis, that story, that old wrathful God, that Jesus came in to rewrite. He changed it all. Because in the book of Genesis, God tells Adam and Eve very specifically that they can eat of any tree in the garden except that which carries the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. He doesn't want you, he didn't want you to eat that fruit here at the third eye, the all-seeing eye. Because, well, the snake told Eve she would become like God. They couldn't have that. No. That old wrathful God. That one that so many people have a hard time understanding, is the one that Jesus came back to rebuke. to teach. That you can exalt your own freedom and come into your own awakening by indeed eating of that fruit. Here at the third eye, the manna, the coriander seed, the pineal gland, Christ, consciousness, light. Because if you do eat of that fruit, you will see good and evil. That means that all the evil will be shown up. The darkness will come to light, and you will see. And the way this planet has been run for so long, that way's over. Because we put ourselves here right now, where we're at right now, going back to nature, putting ourselves on the earth and drinking water, and all this fear-mongering going on the media. They're scaring the hell out of you. Good. Because when you leave hell, when you've fallen as far as you can go, the only place left is up. And that's heaven, here. It's a state of mind. It's love. It's not fear. And you know what's interesting about the coriander as well? The spiritual significance of it is peace, tranquility, and it's used to treat fear and anxiety. Eat coriander. Plant it in your garden. It's a plant. And you are too. Because you are the tree. And Jesus represented that on the cross. When he lifted himself up and he ground himself there. And yes, he did. He put himself there. He knew he had to go there, just like we all do right now. To ground ourselves in nature, on the mother, in the light. So that we can die that egoic death and come back to balance. Sadly, I predict that 1/3 of this world will not make it through this virus. By the way, Corona means crown. Jesus wore the crown on the cross, and beside him were 2 other crosses. One man tested Jesus. He didn't believe in him. And the other one did. And Jesus said to that other, "Today you will be with me in heaven." 1, 2, 3. 2/3 make it to heaven. It's a state of mind. While 1/3 will be left behind to undergo their sentence. The pineal gland is described as being pale yellow like resin, just like manna. And it's filled with water, or it should be. Sadly, it becomes calcified through chemicals and things that we consume. And sadly, also, older people at a certain time in their life, at a certain age, their pineal gland becomes calcified and it can't be reversed. A lot of old people are dying from the crown virus. Their third eye doesn't open up. It's too late. Some young people too. My condolences for all who are suffering through this. But it's time to wake up. It's time to open it up. It's time to see things from the bird's eye view, the eagle's eye view, so that you can stomp out that snake. Those evil ones who've been running this planet for way too long. Because guess what? Snakes are sensitive. They can sense fear. But if you're in high vibration, baby, they're just gonna slither away. They're not gonna come around you. Jesus told the Pharisees, "You cannot go where I'm going." What did he mean? Well, they thought it meant he was going to kill himself. Yeah. You die the egoic death, and you go to a place they can't reach you. Like a snake, like an eagle. Snakes can't go where eagles can. But eagles, they can come down to the snake. Find refuge within. Leave this chaos by going within. You'll find peace there. And you can go in and come out whenever you like. Be gentle with yourself. Love yourself so that you can love others through this. Easter is about the Great Awakening. Look at where we're at. This is so symbolic. Right now, this is the second coming of the Christ consciousness within all of us. Jesus was laid in a tomb, in a cave, with a stone rolled over it. Don't you kind of feel like that lately? Stuck indoors, captured in a cave. Well, the woman, the divine feminine, on Easter morning showed up to that tomb and found that the stone had been rolled away. And there were angels there. That chakra was no longer blocked. And Jesus was no longer a captive to death. He is risen. He lives in all of us. And He's coming to you. He is you. You are the man. And the Christ consciousness is coming to you. Don't deny it. Don't push it away. Just be light. Be willing. It's all about acceptance. It's all about surrender. Accept where you're at in all of this. And let it be so. When Jesus was being baptized by John the Baptist, John said, "It is I who need baptism from you." And Jesus said, "Let it be so." We must fulfill all righteousness. Righteousness is found at the third eye center, where you see truth. And Jesus said, "I tell you the truth." He always said that before He spoke. Go within to the truth. Save yourself, because we are the ones we've been waiting for. I can't wait to see where this takes you, where it takes us all as a whole, as one. Because when we all commend our spirits to God, which is the whole, the one, all of us, everything, then we're all working together for love and for good. I hope this message finds you well. And whenever I say that word well, I think of water and the woman at the well. Because this is the age of Aquarius, baby. It's the age of knowing. It's the age of knowledge. And water is knowledge. And the earth is wise. Let her teach you. Let her feed you. Let her love you. Be like a tree. Sit. Drink. And let your cells turn light into energy. Again, happy Easter. I hope that means more now than it ever did. As always, with balance, here at the center. I love you guys, and namaste.